We hear all the time, I'm looking for a used pontoon, preferably 20 to 22 feet. That's kind of like going into a used car dealership and saying, I'm looking for an SUV that sits 5 to 6 people. Let's help you narrow that choice down a little. Hi, I'm Sean from Lens Cove Lessons in Boating. Guaranteed, the used pontoon boat market is the strongest used boat market in all of North America. And because of that, there often aren't a lot of choices. So people will come in saying something generic, like they're looking for a used pontoon boat. On today's video, I really want to go into the different things you might look for on a used pontoon to help you decide if it's the right boat for you or not. If you find today's video helpful, make sure you throttle that like button and subscribe for more content to get on board. In today's video, we're going to cover, should you buy your used pontoon from a dealer or privately? How important is pontoon boat size? Is a pontoon okay, or do I need a tritoon? Are all tritoons made equal? Are sterndrive pontoons okay? Doesn't matter what horsepower I get? Are there many different layouts? What type of things should I check, and do I need a lake test? So one thing we find being a boat dealer is that boat dealers tend to have a more stable pricing structure, even when it comes to the used boat market. In a private sale, when times are tough and boat buyers are scarce, you'll find private boat sale pricing dropping dramatically. And when times are really good and boat buying is at all-time highs and there isn't a lot of inventory, you find that private boat sales pricing goes up well above market. At a boat dealer, you'll find a more consistent price level because we have to deal with those customers for year after year. So we'll want to price the boat at market or slightly above or slightly below. So there'll be a lot less swing. The other thing about buying from a dealer is that you have recourse if there's something wrong. If you buy a used pontoon boat from someone you don't know, you have absolutely no way to go back to them legally and make sure you're taken care of like you do with a dealer. On used pontoons, you may find pontoon diameter from as small as 19 inches and as large as 27 plus inches. And really that pontoon diameter is its ability to carry weight and its ability for the flotation to lift the boat out of the water when underway and under power. So really want to avoid, if at all possible, small diameter pontoons. Certainly 23 inch is the smallest you want to go, and more ideally you want to be in that 25 to 27 inch range. Pontoons versus tritoons is a very important subject. Check out this video on a complete video on just that topic. Bear in mind that if you are going slow and steady and you don't have huge groups of people, that a pontoon is totally fine, particularly if you're 115 horsepower or under. But if you have large groups of people or you really want performance and large horsepower, you're definitely going to want to look at a tritoon instead. Watch out for boats that are advertised as tritoons and are really sport tunes. So there are a few manufacturers who built 3 pontoons, but the middle pontoon is not a full-length pontoon. It actually is bolted on ahead of the motor well. And although it does improve performance and it does improve weight handling capability, it also doesn't transfer the engine power structurally through the entire hull of the boat. So if you're looking for high horsepower and performance, then I would avoid a sport tune. There are very few manufacturers and very few boats made that had sterndrive power, IO power in a pontoon boat. And even though they work relatively well, they probably should be avoided strictly because they're not that popular. The maintenance on them is significantly higher because they're down in a very narrow channel in the middle pontoon. So changing things like spark plugs or starters or anything that is going to be tight to the engine block is very challenging, and winterizing them becomes more expensive. When you're buying a used pontoon boat, you really have to think about how you're going to use it, how long you're going to own it, and do you need to sell it in the future. Check out this video here, which is all about pontoon boat power and how much you need. But bear in mind that if you are looking to just cruise around the lake or go fishing or take people out for, an evening on the water, that you're probably fine in a 20-foot boat up to 60 horsepower. But if you want to take kids tubing, or you want to get somewhere quickly on the lake or take big groups, but you're definitely going to want to avoid anything under 115 horsepower. There are probably 5 primary pontoon boat layouts, and you can check out this video here for a complete video on just pontoon boat layouts. But realistically, they are fishing boat styles, they are cruise model styles, they are entertaining styles, and then there are some unique variants on those. So just bear in mind that on the used boat market, you may not have a lot of choice, but really sit on that boat and make sure it fits with the way you plan to use it. Probably the most expensive things on a pontoon boat to repair are the exterior panels, the interior upholstery, and the vinyl or carpet and flooring. So really, when you're looking over a boat on the used boat market, you want to make sure that the upholstery is soft and subtle. You want to look for dents and scratches in the exterior, and you want to walk around the pontoon boat flooring and make sure there's no soft spots or no rips or tears in the actual flooring. Beyond that, look to make sure that there's no wiring hanging down under the dash. Look up underneath the boat and see that does anything look loose, or does it look like it might cause a problem in the future. I preach all the time, you absolutely need a lake test. It doesn't matter if you're buying a brand new boat. It doesn't matter if you're buying a used runabout or a used pontoon. Check out this video here for all things lake test. Absolutely never buy a boat, used pontoon or otherwise, without a lake test. Buying a used pontoon is no different really than any other used boat. However, because they are more scarce on the market, customers often overlook what is important, because at first glance, a used pontoon boat looks perfectly fine. Make sure you check to see if that pontoon boat is right for you. It has the right equipment, the sizing of the engine and the pontoons is right for you, and really make sure you get on the water and test it to see if you're going to be happy with it going forward. If you want to know more about pontoons, check out this video here about common pontoon boat problems. I've mentioned a lot of videos today, so check out the description below as they are all listed there. Thank you for joining us on Lens Cove Lessons in Boating for today's video. Remember to like this video and subscribe for more. Be safe, have fun, and we'll see you out on the water.